It is Monday, June 16th, 6 o'clock at the time we're recording this video. We got a lot of weather to talk about, so let's get straight into it. So, the day one outlook, it is driven by, let me just show you why, y'all gonna, this bad. Alright, so we got tornado risk at 5, it's bad, but you know, there could be a tornado. Oh, we can roll out a tornado or two possible. There is tornado watches out, so that means that all the ingredients are there for tornadoes. All right, damaging wind. Now, I think people in the 15% will see damaging wind. The 5%, not so sure about it, but the 30% hatched risk, people in that area will be the ones to see the most amount of damaging winds. Go over here to hail. You got 2 hatched risk, and they're pretty big. Now, they're calling for apple to grapefruit size hail. Now, y'all might want to go get some pillows, some dog beds, some tarps. Put a tarp, put something around your car, like poles out like 10 feet high, and then like put a tarp over it, because this stuff, it's gonna damage y'all's cars. So like, if y'all want to put your cars up, so your insurance ain't coming after you being like, you gotta pay this, I'll be like, my stuff's good. Like put a tarp or something over your car to prevent car damage from the hail. And all right, let's go into day 2. All right, for the day 2 outlook, we got a little bit of a kidney bean setup going on here. As you can see, I don't know if y'all can see a little bit of a kidney bean shape. You see the kidney bean? Or that might just be me. Anywho, enough of the weird talk. Let's continue to get on straight on into it. So for the day 2 outlook, here's what's driving it. Again, a 5% tornado probability, so we can rule out a tornado or two possible. The wind threat, 30%. Like I said before, people in the 30% will see more than the people in the 15% chance, and those winds will be 65 knots. That is equivalent to 75 miles per hour. Thought y'all should know that. A little help. And hail. Grapefruit to apple-sized hail again. Do what I told you the last one. If you don't want your insurance coming after you or whatever, you know. I know how they be. They be coming after you because of hail damage. It's not my fault, you know. Now, this is being caused at the surface. A low will develop over the Texas Panhandle, and a front associated with northern waves will stall from Lake Michigan into the Central Plains. South of this boundary, a very moist air mass with 70 dew points will exist over large areas. As the upper trough moves into the plains, a low-level jet will increase during the evening with 50 knots in Kansas. Now, you might be asking me, well, William, what's a low-level jet? Great you asked me. So the low-level jet is what makes our storm systems move. And that's also what gives them their inflow that they need for these storms. So let's say days that we have a wind advisory in place. You see how fast the clouds move? Well, that is because the low-level jet is speeding up. It's caused by disturbances in the jet stream. Whenever we have those big old tornado outbreaks, that's caused by a dip in the jet stream. Normally, where there's a negatively tilted trough in the jet stream, it normally leads to a severe weather outbreak. That is what's causing this, a negatively tilted trough. Now, into the day 3 outlook. Now, my meteorology self was right about them expanding it, not about how they were expanding into Kentucky, but how they could expand it further down. So, me, being the weatherman I am, I want to say thank you to National Weather Service. Enough jokes. I love cracking jokes. All right. So, we do have a slight risk. This is still 3 days out. I believe there will be an enhanced risk over in here, and possibly an enhanced risk right up here in this area. Just for the simple fact is, over lakes, all right? Lakes, they have a lot of water vapor coming out of them because it's summer and stuff. And they also have winds in them. Now, these winds are associated with the storms in some way because of the water vapor going into the air, a lot more clouds to form. And those clouds and that water vapor taps in with these storms trying to form. It's just more thunderstorm fuel for them, basically. Now, let's see what's causing it. What is really causing it is on Wednesday, upper level trough will move from the Central Plains across the mid-Mississippi Valley with a lead wave moving from Missouri into lower. A surface low is expected from eastern Iowa into lower Minnesota. during the day with a trough extending southwards across Illinois, Minnesota, and Oklahoma. A very moist, unstable air mass will exist ahead of this main front with upper 60s to lower 70 dew points. Now, have y'all ever went outside in the morning and felt the grass and like how it's always wet in the morning even though that didn't rain? That's what dew points are. It's how moist the ground is and how much moisture is in the ground. And they get measured off of this. That's why it's a 60 to lower 70 dew points. That's how warm the ground moisture is. Now, you might be thinking, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, glad you asked. Dew points are really good for these storms. Now, you might be asking me why. Well, I'll tell you. Dew points, it makes the ground super moist. And these storms, they normally begin to try and create the thing called a beaver tail. A beaver tail is whenever they're sucking all this moisture out of the ground. It's like an inflow, and it's just feeding it all into the storms. That's what dew points do. It allows them to do that. Now, scattered storms may be ongoing Wednesday from Iowa into Missouri and northwest Oklahoma. The remnants of the mesoscale cyclone activity, it appears that the greatest ascent will move across northern areas, concentrate with the shortwave trough from northern Illinois into lower Minnesota. Here, shear profiles will likely support supercells, including hail perhaps a tornado threat. Now, the tornado threat will not be big at all. I think at most maybe a 5% or 2%. But I could be wrong. We still are 3 days out. Moderate instability is forecast to develop around the Delmar Valley and eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey, with primarily tall, moist cape profiles, as likely seen on forecast sounding. Significant surface convergence is likely to initiate scattered storms during the afternoon from eastern Pennsylvania into eastern, moving across New Jersey, and by DE late afternoon, early evening, given the favorable time of the day, high PWA and modest westerly flow aloft. Some of these storms may produce locally damaging wind gusts, perhaps small to marginal hail. No. I don't think it's going to be small to marginal hail. I think it's going to be I'm going to give y'all like an inch or two in diameter. Just for something like this, if the ascent keeps on going up, the hail can stay up there for as long as it wants to. Now, let's see what's going to happen in the long term. Now, the day 4 outlook has a small 15% chance over here. Now, I don't know if y'all remember in my last video though, it wasn't that big. It was like just a little bit smaller. And I think, well, if there's going to be a 15% chance right after the day of this severe weather, what makes you think there won't be severe weather in this area? We are going to keep an eye on this area because I believe, well, if there's going to be severe storms over here, there ain't no way there's not going to be no severe weather here as well, you know? And then there being severe weather over here, there has to be some in the middle. Like storms, they literally just can't, like, storm literally can't just, oh, super severe rain. Super severe rain. But I don't think they can do that. Like, honestly. Now, you might be thinking, well, is that it? Well, for what it looks like right now, that is it. The day 5 predictability is just too low for the rest of these days. Now, you might be thinking, does that mean there's going to be no severe weather? No. That just means models aren't confirming with each other. Like, they don't know, like, oh, well, all right. Here's what the models are saying. So, like, let's say there's going to be shown, some models will show severe weather over here, but on the other hand, models are showing severe weather all the way over here or down in here. They're not all agreements. Normally, whenever they say this, models are too far out to agree on anything like with this. So what this would do is that they're going to keep on running models until they all agree on somewhere where severe weather would be. Now, let's see what's causing it. On Friday, middle ridge is forecast to move eastward across the northern plains. Beneath the ridge, a moist air mass will likely be in place. The moderate instability is expected to develop within this air mass. Head of the ridge, thunderstorm development will be possible in the upper Mississippi Valley during the afternoon. Although a severe threat may develop in areas that become moderately unstable, there is uncertainty concerning convective convergence due to the presence of the ridge. A mid-level trough is forecast to move to northeast on Thursday as the cold front advances eastward into the central Appalachians. Out of the front, a moist air mass will be in place. Moderate instability is expected to develop ahead of the front across the Carolinas and Mid-Atlantic. As surface temperatures warm during the day, scattered convection emanation will likely take place during the day. Place along the head of the front, moderate deep layer shear and steep low-level lapse rates should support severe threat damaging the afternoon, with the primary threat being damaging wind gust. Now you might be thinking what is a moderate deep layer shear mean in steep low level? I'm gonna tell you, chill. Don't come at me. I'm just a messenger. Chill. I'm gonna tell you what I mean. So, deep layer shear. That's how much like wind and how like it's basically wind, right? Just think about rotation and storms. That's what that is. Now, steep level of lapse rate. That is how steep the wind is climbing. So, like, have you been on a water slide and some of them just go like drop you straight down, or some of them kind of come in like that? Well, that imagine the wind as a water slide, but it being very steep. Just imagine it going straight up, just straight up into the air. Just you gotta imagine it like that. All right. But yeah, that is all the severe weather talk I have for today. Oh, one more thing before I do go. There is a severe thunderstorm watch going on as we speak up here, with tornado watches and stuff going on, but they have allowed that tornado watch to expire. This has been your Weatherman William, giving you your daily severe weather update, and yeah, until next time, stay safe and don't let your cars get destroyed by the hail.